All right. We've got a question that came in from the Rod Farva concerning Kevin. He had asked earlier about Jaheim Singletary in particular and just whether any update on his status, but also overall just looking at the recruiting landscape and whether we expect any commits soon.
Well, as for Jaheim Singletary, I mean, you're going to have to recruit him up until the final second. Do I feel that he's on his way out of the class? No, but do I feel like Ohio State can just sit there and be like, we're good, and do a weekly Zoom call with them and that's it? No, I think that they're going to have to keep fighting, but that's what happens when you recruit on a national footprint. You're going to have to keep doing those types of things, and it's not like there's no gentleman's agreement, be it in the Big Ten or be it nationally. So it's not like, well, you are committed somewhere, so we're going to honor that and leave you alone. Ohio State is one of the schools that goes out there and does a great job flipping kids when it wants to flip a kid. So I expect nothing less than other schools to try and do the same, but Ohio State being Ohio State doesn't necessarily open the door outside of for maybe that hometown school or an Alabama. So Jaheim Singletary, too early to tell. As for just the timing on recruits, we're going to be getting to a barbecue here at the end of the month where some kids are going to be on campus. CJ Hicks is going to be there because if it's a recruiting possibility, CJ Hicks is just going to be there. He loves doing that type of stuff. I mean, he's going to recruit the star wide receiver or maybe the star botanist who's looking at Ohio State on an academic scholarship. It's just what CJ Hicks does. Watch out, Pantone, because CJ Hicks will be coming for your job here at some point. We're not talking about anybody about a date, especially after Trayon Webb. We knew his date was coming up and he committed to Oklahoma. You have Addison Russell, who's got a date, I think, coming up. I know he got down to a 3. Belief is that Ohio State probably not in that lead spot. So, I don't know if we're going to have to sit there and, as a recruiting industry, sit and wait a long time. But I don't think that anything is imminent at this point. But some kids do a better job of just up and committing out of the blue, and those are always the fun ones. And other ones are like, I'm committing at XYZ All-Star game, and those are fine too. But unless I've just not been following along closely enough, I don't have anybody on the short term.
Yeah, and it's not totally unusual that there are no commitments at this point. And keep in mind the 2023 guys, some of them have not been to any schools yet, so they're finally getting a chance to visit places and see what other schools have to offer. So that's going to slow some things down. But, in 2017 or 2019, there were no 2021 commits at this point. And, so it's not totally unusual that things are quiet, or I shouldn't say quiet. Things are never quiet, but that there are no commitments at this point. But they will be coming. If you build it, they will come. Steve,
you're muted, Steve.
Yep. I asked our people if they had anything imminent in terms of verbals, and they didn't seem to feel like there was anything coming down the pipeline real quick. But with practice starting, for a lot of these kids in 10 days on August the 1st, some of them may want to get that out of the way with the idea that, hey, if I get hurt, at least my spot has been preserved at the top school that I want to go to. So that sometimes can enter their feeling a little bit, or their thought. As Kevin said, guys are coming to campus, and it's possible somebody could just get that urge while they're there that day, if they get the hard sell, to say, yeah, I'm coming. So, things happen. But as those guys said, the focus is now turning back to actual football, as opposed to worrying a whole lot about recruiting visits, at least until you get into the game schedule. And so I think that for a lot of these guys, that's kind of more their thought, even though this is somewhat of an unorthodox year with the lack of visits up until June 1st.
Got 73 on the line. Appreciate everybody being here. Please like the videos. So before you settle in, listen to the conversation, please like the video, share the videos out on social media. Just flat out let people know that we're here every week talking Ohio State football, typically on Wednesday, needed to go on Tuesday. These guys are headed off to Indianapolis for Big Ten Media Days. That's what makes it important in regards to subscribing to the channel, hitting that bell for the notifications to know when we go live.